So hey guys, what's up? So welcome to World News 20 News channel. So let's talk about the drug everyone is looking at. Hydroxychloroquine is under global spotlight, but how effective it is known to be against COVID-19. Who else uses it? How is India, which eased an export ban after Trump grumbled, coping with demand at home? The government has decided to ease its ban on the export of the hydroxychloroquine, a drug that has garnered global interest in the treatment and prevention of the COVID-19. On Tuesday, US President Donald Trump tweeted about retaliation if India did not heed his request for the drug. Later, India said it would supply to the countries that needed it the most and to neighbors who were dependent on India's capabilities. What is hydroxychloroquine and why it is used for? It is an anti-malarial drug option considered less toxic than the chloroquine and prescribed in certain cases. Doctors also prescribe hydroxychloroquine for patients of the rheumatoid arthritis and lupus. Who makes this drug in India? Hydroxychloroquine has a market size of only around rupees 152.80 crore in the 12 months ended February 2020, according to pharmaceutical market research firm Track. However, several countries source the drug from India. Mumbai headquarter IPCA laboratories have nearly 82% of the market with its brand HCQS and HYQ. Around 80% of the volumes produced by IPCA are exported. Ahmedabad headquartered Kalila Healthcare Zydus Kalila prepares the brand ZYQ with 8% of the market. Wallace Pharmaceuticals, Torrent Pharmaceuticals, and Overseas Healthcare Private Limited have smaller shares. Why has the COVID-19 outbreak spotlighted this drug? In a study last month in the International Journal of Antimicrobial Agents, French scientists reported 20 cases were treated and showed a significant reduction of the viral carriage compared to controls and much lower average and carrying duration than reported of untreated patients in the literature. Azithromycin, an antibiotic added to the hydroxychloroquine, was significantly more efficient for virus elimination. The study was played as being too small to draw a definitive conclusion. On April 3rd, the International Society of Antimicrobial Chemotherapy, which owns that the study did not meet the society expected standards, especially relating to the lack of the better explanations of the inclusion criteria and the triage of the patient to ensure patient safety. However, by March 21, Trump had begun to call the drug a game changer and has since been pushing it. At the end of the last month, the Indian Council of Medical Research issued an advisory recommending the use of the hydroxychloroquine in asymptomatic health care workers treating COVID-19 patients and also allow doctors to prescribe it for household contacts of confirmed COVID-19 patients. However, the government has stressed that the drug can be only used in COVID-19 treatment on prescription and that it should not instill a sense of false security. Since when has India stopped exporting the drug? The US has been looking to procure the drug for emergency use. On March 21, IPCA told Stock Exchanging Air that the US Food and Drug Administration had made exception to its important alert against the company so that it could get stocks. India decided to ban exports of the drug on April 4. On Tuesday, the government decided to ease the ban. Is it actually effective? Two large trials are underway on the effectiveness of the hydroxychloroquine and even chloroquine in COVID-19 treatment in the World Health Organization solidarity trial, of which India is a part. Clinicians worldwide are to follow a common protocol to treat patients with hydroxychloroquine. The second in the chloroquine accelerator trial, largely funded by the Wellcome Trust and the Bill and the Melinda Gates Foundation. As of now, the jury is still out on how effective these drugs can be against the virus. According to virologist and CEO of the Wellcome Trust DBT India Alliance, Dr. Shai Jamil, both of these are testing a large number of the patients according to the random testing protocol used to test medicine. The result of those trials are not available yet. He said if people in high exposure situations such as health workers are taking hydroxychloroquine as a preventive measure in limited ways, it may be fine, but it is not all right for the general public to go around popping these drugs hoping that they will be protected. They may not be the protected, but they will definitely cause themselves some harm, said Dr. Jamil. So, how has the outbreak impacted patients who who take the drug for other reasons. In the mass, Trump's statement promoted the drug not only led to the panic buying in the US but also impacted stocks in India. Fortis Memorial Research Institute rheumatology consultant Dr. Neville Manvaroth said he had already begun receiving calls from his patients about lack of stocks due to panic buying. While it should be fine for some arthritis lupus patients to skip a few days to a week since the drug is long-acting, breaks longer than would be difficult to manage, he said. Following the ICMR's advisory on the drug, various patients and healthcare professionals alike are learned to be stocked up on the hydroxychloroquine. According to the Prashant Tandon, founder of the 1mg, some patients who had never used the drug has also attempted to source it from his e-pharmacy but were unsuccessful as they didn't have valid prescriptions. The drug has since been removed to a Schedule H1 status, which means patients who need the drug would have to get a fresh prescription every time they needed to purchase it. Nearly a month ago, non-stocks are still not available easily in the pharmacies, affecting several patients who actually use the drugs for the autoimmune diseases. Some patients spoke to have been struggling to get their required doses even after showing prescription. The stock is still limited, and whatever little stock is available is being prioritized and brought by the central and the state governments. We have been told that we'll receive stocks soon, hopefully within a week, but we don't know. 1mg Tandon said. What are pharmaceutical companies doing to resolve the issues? According to the IPCA Joint Managing Director Ajit Kumar Jain, the company has the ability to ramp up production to meet much of the government's requirement, as only 10% of its manufacturing capacity of the hydroxychloroquine have been used for the domestic market so far. However, to make sure the drug is not misused or stocked out due to panic buying, the company has decided to make hydroxychloroquine available at the select pharmacies across the country in communication with rheumatoid arthritis specialists. Now the patient can just reach out to their doctor and should be able to connect them with the pharmacy that has the available stock. He said maybe after the lockdown eases up, we might be able to slowly make the drug available more widely. A spokesperson for Hyroxychloroquine said the company has ramped up production of the hydroxychloroquine to 20 to 30 tons per month from 3 tons previously. It will be scaled up further to about 40 to 50 tons per month in the coming months if need arises. So if you like the channel, so kindly subscribe to it.